Hi, my name is Marta.
Hi, my name is Boris.
I am his daughter.
I am her father.
I am a native speaker and I will read the current news.
I am not native speaker and I will ask questions when I don't understand something.
Let's start. Russia downplays.
Wait, what is downplays?
To make something seem less important or less bad than it really is. For example, the government has been trying to downplay the crisis. Russia downplays the threat to Ukraine in talks with US. Russian officials have said during high-level talks in Geneva that they have no intentions of invading Ukraine, a top US diplomat says. Reports say that around 100,000 Russian troops have been deployed near the border with Ukraine. The US said there would be sanctions if Russia were to attack. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell Fontelles said he believed that a Russian invasion was still possible. There are 100,000 Russian troops on the other side of the border, he said on Monday. I suppose they haven't gone there to drink coffee. This was the first chance Russian and American diplomats had to discuss face-to-face the standoff over Ukraine and Russia's demands for NATO to step back from Eastern Europe. And while little agreement appears to have been reached, both sides aired their concerns and set out their demands, with at least the possibility of talks continuing in the future.
I think that this is a difficult situation when two parties, Russia and the United States, cannot agree and the third party, Ukraine, suffers.
Our next news is Israel attacks Gaza. On Saturday, militants...
Stop, please. Who is militants?
A militant is a person who believes in something very strongly and often fights to make changes in their country.
Thanks a lot.
So on Saturday, militants fired 2 rockets. These militants control the Gaza Strip. The rocket landed in the Mediterranean Sea just off the Israeli coast. It was not clear if the plan was to hit Israel, as Gaza militants often test the rockets, and they fire them towards the sea. There was a war between Israel and Hamas in May, which lasted 11 days. Since that time, nobody fired any rockets, but the situation was not calm. Israel fired 2 rockets on Sunday, and Israel's military...
Wait, please. Military and militant, it's not the same?
No. Military are the soldiers and the army of a country.
Thanks.
So Israel's military said that it was because of the rockets from the day before. Israel wanted to destroy a rocket factory in Gaza, and it also said that Gaza militants were responsible for the bad situation in the area. Militants said that they would attack Israel if Israeli authorities kept a Palestinian prisoner for more than 130 days. The prisoner is on a hunger strike.
Hunger strike. I remember Hunger Games. Hunger strike. It's similar?
No. A hunger strike is a way of protesting when somebody refuses to eat, when somebody doesn't eat for a long time to protest. For example, Gandhi was also very famous for his hunger strikes.
So I was wrong.
Just a little bit. And our third and next news is the past 7 years have been the hottest on record, according to new data from the EU's satellite system. The Copernicus Climate Change Service said 2021 was the 5th warmest year, with record-breaking heat in some regions. And the amount of warming gases in our atmosphere continued to increase. Governments are committed to limiting global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius to curb climate change. But scientists warn that time is fast running out.
Running out? Running out from the room? Running out from the someplace?
If you run out of something, you have no more of it left. For example, if we say they have run out of ideas, it means that they have no ideas left. Or if we say we're running out of time, that means that we have no time left.
Okay, thank you.
Back to our news. But scientists warn that time is fast running out. The environmental, human, and economic costs of hotter temperatures are already being seen globally. Europe lived through its warmest summer, and temperature records in western US and Canada were broken by several degrees. Extreme wildfires in July and August burnt almost entire towns to the ground and killed hundreds. The 2021 average temperature was 1.1 to 1.2 Celsius degrees above the pre-industrial level around 150 years ago.
And we have one more news about extreme weather in 2021. Proceed, please.
In October 2021, world leaders met in Glasgow, Scotland, and they talked about how to stop global warming and extreme weather.
Global warming, it's
the heating of the planet.
when the temperature rises around the whole planet.
When it increases. There were many disasters in 2021 all over the world, and people saw tornadoes, wildfires, and floods in places where they never saw them before. Strong earthquakes hit Haiti and Pakistan, killing hundreds of people and injured many more. There were heavy floods in Asia, Europe, and even New York City. Storms brought flash floods.
Wait, flash floods, it's...
A flash flood is when there is suddenly too much water in a river or place because it rains heavily.
So, flash, because I know flash, it's very quick guy. And flash floods, it's very quick water.
Well, it's very suddenly. Back to our news. Storms brought flash floods which nobody expected, and hundreds of people died. Dangerously hot temperatures caused hundreds of fires during the summer in the US, Turkey, and southern Europe. There were fires even in Siberia, in places which were usually cold and the ground was frozen there.
You know, I don't like the term global warming. I prefer the term climate change. I do not deny the role of human in climate change, while I believe that there are other natural factors that some scientists do not want to take into account. For example, the action of volcanoes or solar activity. What do you think? In 2 words, no long speeches, please.
I think that the reason why scientists don't take volcanoes or solar activity into account because they want to see what we can do to help our Earth. Because we can't do anything about the volcanoes or about how the planet orbits, but what we can change is human activity. How we produce different things and how we pollute. And I think that global warming is sometimes it's an inaccurate term, that it is best to say climate change, but also it isn't a completely false way to label.
Okay, don't be so sad. We have one more news, and this is famous couple in 2021. Why? The last news should be cheerful and maybe funny, not so serious.
Famous couples in 2021. Many famous people got together in 2021, and many couples broke up too.
Break up, they break something?
No, sorry about that. If a marriage breaks up or two people in a relationship break up, their marriage or their relationship ends. So for example, Jenny and George have broken up. She's just broken up with her boyfriend. That means that they are no longer together as a romantic couple. Back to our news. Model and entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur is a business person. So for example,
Businessman or businesswoman. Thank you.
Model and entrepreneur Kim Kardashian and rapper Kanye West announced that they were getting divorced. The couple were married for 7 years and they had 4 children. The media said that West bought a house close to his ex-wife and children so they could still see each other. Another couple who broke up last year were Bill and Melinda Gates. They decided to divorce after 27 years because they could not grow together as a couple anymore. Tesla boss Elon Musk and singer Grimes also split.
Split?
To split means to divide or break into 2 or more parts. So for example, the prize was split between Susan and Kate. That means that it was between the both of them. Or the teacher split the children up into 3 groups. That means that they separated or broke them into 3 groups.
Thanks.
Back to our news. So, Tesla boss Elon Musk and singer Grimes also split, but they stayed close because they wanted to care for their 1-year-old son. Also, fans were happy when they found out that singer Jennifer Lopez and actor Ben Affleck were together again. The couple split 17 years ago, and they started to date again in September. 2021 was also a good year for singer Britney Spears. In September, she said that she would marry her boyfriend Sam Asghari, and 2 months later, a court said that her father would no longer be responsible for her or her money.
I do not feel sorry for people who break up. They are adults and can handle it. I'm very sorry for children of such people. Usually for children, their parents are the best people in the world, and their separation becomes a trauma for the children for the rest of their days.
I agree, but also, as happy as I am, and for the people that got together, and for the people, and as sad as I am for the people that split up, I do not think it is highly important or vital news.
So, this is it for today.
Yes, this episode has come to an end.
We will be happy if you press button like under this episode.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast.
Also, you can ask questions and write comments under each episode.
Have a nice day.
Bye bye.